Thought the practice today was started okay. I was hoping for the heat to out, or for whatever reason the heat dropped about 10-15 degrees. It seemed like right before we started. So hopefully it'll be hot again tomorrow. Thought we really pushed our guys, challenged them. Really practiced extremely hard today, so we can get in better shape, so we can play a complete game. It's a big game for us to come home. Our Pac-10 opener, home opener, versus a team that beat us last year, and a team that is very dangerous. They play very physical in all three phases of the game. They have one of the most dynamic players in the country that touches the ball every single snap. So we're going to have our hands full.
What did Nebraska do well against Locker that maybe you guys can try to replicate?
Well, you can find 6 DBs that all run about 4-4. You can put a game plan in where you come all play together like they did. They did a phenomenal job to put all their speed with the DBs on the field, cover their guys up whenever he broke. For the most part, they were able to catch him. That's something with our personnel we don't have the ability to do, so we have to go in different directions.
I noticed you had Scroggins serving the Locker role. He had previously, I guess, almost every practice had been over with the offense. Why did you change that up?
Yeah, it just gives us, the guy we were using down there. We do some good things, John Nugent, but it doesn't give us quite the athletes that we're looking for. So we're hoping Jesse get out of this spark back.
You think Horton, confident that he will be available for the game?
I hope he is.
How's it feel to have the team this team?
We're back
Away in Washington.
That's an old blue Bulls trip. On TV a long time ago. They call it a team that has the lowest scholarship probably in the country. The deepest team in the Pac-10. That's an old setup trip. We can find enough guys to practice good. Like our service team. The service team is made up of some kids from science class. And half of them play football before.
That's also a blue Bulls thing too, to downplay your own team. I'm just saying.
Watch the same show.
And the first home game, the offensive line really got off to a rough start, especially Matt Carrillo. He had a penalty and a holding, and he gave up a sack. How has he played since then?
Yeah, he settled down after that first quarter and has played much better. That was surprising to see. Usually you wouldn't keep your offensive line. Usually that happens on the road, in a hostile environment. Usually at home, they're much more comfortable. So that was really the biggest disappointment of that game. If you go back to the ability to play well in front, they've steadily improved since. And now it'll be a challenge to come back and do it because, as you see, that's really the key to our offense. Like most offense, but especially ours, because we do run the ball and play action so much. We need those guys to play really well like they did last week.
How much does the availability of TJ Bryant help you guys out?
Well, TJ played a lot for us last week in the nickel, and then when we put the backups in, he moved outside. He played outside corner for us, so hopefully he'll be there this week, and we can use him in some different roles.
It seemed like last year it was an advantage for Washington having Sark and Nickel on the staff, having just come from here. Like if you were to play Tennessee, let's say, would that be a big advantage for you, knowing the personnel or the recruits or whatever?
Sure, that's a very big advantage because we don't know Washington's guys. We didn't recruit them or coach them. Know exactly what they do well and what they don't. When you come from a place, you know that. You've been with them, you know their mentality, you know the things that they can beat on, you know things they do well. So that's always been a advantage, especially in that situation. There's so many coaches coming from here to do these guys.
What different is it the second year in this game?
I think it's still the same, besides our freshman, he knows this whole team. Think about both coordinators. That's it. Play a team the year before both coordinators were on our staff. He wasn't here in the sanctions. Teams get back.
Do you see similar patterns in terms of how they're throwing some of their true freshmen in the mix with what you guys used to do when he was here?
Yeah, he did last year with the running back, and now he's doing it with a lot. Linebacker, defensive end. So I can see that. And it's the right way to go, especially when you're starting, the first couple of years, and get those guys so that when you're in year 3 and year 4, they play the bunch. So I see him following that philosophy.
You said
He's really, you go back to there's a lot of similarities because he had Jake's number 1 pick in the draft. And, we all know he's a great quarterback. It's very much like we walked in here at Carson. And sort of the first year, went through some struggles, but did some good things like Washington and had him for us last year. Just like he had Jake. So really, they want to see him.
What do you think's a bigger factor than like the 2 weeks that like embarrassed and
I think both things. I mean, this is not, if you were to paint a perfect picture, this is not, I wish they would have won. And they're feeling great about themselves. We usually get a resolve and I know that's what they did. Even talking to them, I know they did practices last week, a lot of live stuff.
you said that after the first 4 games that the staff was going to kind of sit down on Sunday and review things and see what did you come out of that meeting with about your own team?
Yeah, I mean, there's some things that, you'll see Saturday personnel-wise, not major changes, but just some personnel changes where, we put the 4 games together and some people maybe have moved around the depth chart a little bit. Sometimes it's not necessarily who's starting, but playing in certain packages or playing in special teams as well.
Are you confident in your team's discipline after cutting down the penalties last game?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. Like I said before, one game doesn't define you good or bad, and so now we've got to continue to do that, so that's who we are.
This will be Matt's 17th start, which is one more than Mark Sanchez had in his whole college career. At what point do quarterbacks make that next big step in terms of the big leap forward? And how many starts usually is it?
You never know, and there's so many variables about it. Especially, there's a big difference between one and one. There's a true freshman, getting those starts. So that's a lot different.